Imagine standing on the threshold of a future where one of the most lethal cancers known to humanity is not conquered by the scalpel nor by toxic radiation, but by the ingenuity of a smart virus that can reprogram the body's own immune defenses. Picture a world where the diagnosis of pancreatic cancer, a phrase that today sounds like a death sentence, no longer brings only fear, but also a spark of hope. This is not science fiction. This is the reality taking shape right now as a new wave of medical innovation rises to meet one of the greatest challenges in oncology. Our focus today is on Pelareorep, a groundbreaking therapy that is capturing the attention of scientists, investors, and patients alike. Is this the dawn of a new era in cancer treatment, or are we witnessing another biotech gamble destined to fade into obscurity? Let's pull back the curtain and explore the science, the economics, and the high-stakes drama surrounding this revolutionary approach. To appreciate the significance of Pelareorep, we must first understand the magnitude of the problem it seeks to solve. Pancreatic cancer is often called the silent killer. Each year, more than 67,000 individuals in the United States alone are told they have this unforgiving disease. The grim reality is that more than 50,000 of them will not live to see the following year. Globally, the numbers are even more staggering. Hundreds of thousands of people across continents and cultures join this battle every year, and the vast majority will lose. The 5-year survival rate for pancreatic cancer has stubbornly hovered in the single digits for decades, refusing to yield even as medical science has delivered miracle after miracle in other fields. Why is pancreatic cancer so deadly? The answer lies in its stealth and its biology. It grows quietly, often showing no symptoms until it has spread beyond the pancreas and invaded other organs. By the time most patients receive a diagnosis, the cancer is already advanced, making surgery, the only potential cure, impossible for most. Chemotherapy and radiation can slow its progress, but their benefits are modest at best, often measured in months rather than years. Newer treatments, like targeted therapies and immunotherapies, have revolutionized survival in cancers such as melanoma and lung cancer. But for metastatic pancreatic ductal adenocarcinoma, commonly known as MPDAC, these approaches have consistently failed to deliver the breakthroughs patients desperately need. This failure is not for lack of trying. The past 2 decades have seen a surge of investment and research into cancer immunotherapy. Some of the brightest minds in science have devoted their careers to finding ways to mobilize the immune system against cancer. The global oncology market, fueled by this innovation, is projected to reach nearly $900 billion United States dollars in revenue over the next decade, according to the latest industry reports. This is a staggering figure that reflects both the scale of the challenge and the hunger for solutions. What is fueling this explosive growth? One major factor is the changing face of cancer itself. Recent research reveals that cancer diagnoses are climbing fastest among younger adults, particularly women. This trend is alarming, raising urgent questions about environmental factors, lifestyle changes, and the very nature of cancer biology in the modern world. With the number of new cases rising, and with traditional therapies offering only incremental progress, the demand for truly transformative treatments has never been higher. Yet, in the case of pancreatic cancer, all this momentum has run into an immovable wall. The reason is something oncologists call the cold tumor microenvironment. In many cancers, the immune system recognizes and attacks tumors, especially when prompted by powerful immunotherapies. But in pancreatic cancer, the immune system is largely blind to the threat. The tumor is shrouded in an immunological fog, protected by a dense stroma and a suppressive environment that keeps immune cells at bay. As Dr. Elena Parra, a leading clinician and researcher in the field, stated bluntly during a recent industry panel, for pancreatic cancer, we have been fighting a war with a blunt sword. We need a new weapon. Enter Pelareorep, a therapy that represents a radical departure from the status quo. Developed by Biotech, a clinical stage company with headquarters in both San Diego and Calgary, Pelareorep is not a traditional drug. It is a re-engineered virus designed to be delivered intravenously so it can travel through the bloodstream and seek out tumors wherever they hide. But this is no ordinary virus. Its mission is both simple and profound. infiltrate cancer cells, replicate inside them, and set off a powerful immune alarm. By doing so, Pelareorep aims to turn cold tumors hot, making them visible to the immune system and triggering a full-scale attack against the cancer. How does this work in practice? Once inside the body, Pelareorep recognizes and infects cancer cells, which are uniquely vulnerable to its viral machinery. As it multiplies, the virus causes the cancer cells to burst, spilling their contents and releasing a flood of danger signals. This process stimulates both innate and adaptive immune responses. Chemokines are released, drawing immune cells to the tumor site. Tumor-infiltrating lymphocytes, specialized immune warriors, expand and begin to recognize cancer as a threat. In effect, Pelareorep acts as both a direct killer of cancer cells and as a wake-up call for the body's own defenses. The results so far have been promising. In randomized phase 2 studies involving metastatic breast cancer, Pelareorep has demonstrated synergy with existing treatments, leading to improved outcomes compared to standard therapies alone. In phase 1 and phase 2 trials for pancreatic cancer, early findings suggest that combining Pelareorep with chemotherapy can offer a meaningful survival benefit to newly diagnosed metastatic patients. The United States Food and Drug Administration, recognizing the potential, has granted Pelareorep Fast Track designation, a rare honor for drugs targeting such aggressive and difficult-to-treat cancers. This status is not given lightly. It signals that regulators see real promise and are willing to accelerate the path to approval if the data continue to impress. But the journey from laboratory bench to hospital bedside is never straightforward. The world of biotech is fraught with peril. Pelareorep is now heading into larger, registration-enabling studies that will ultimately determine its fate. These pivotal trials are expensive, complex, and unforgiving. The company must navigate a challenging landscape that includes a biotech funding crunch, intense regulatory scrutiny, and the ever-present skepticism of investors who have seen too many miracle cures fall apart when subjected to the rigors of large-scale clinical testing. As one seasoned industry analyst observed, survival benefits in controlled trials don't always translate to real-world miracles. The gap between hope and reality can be wide and expensive. There is also active debate within the oncology community and among pharmaceutical giants. The core question: can Pelareorep's immune-activating powers truly overcome the unique defenses of pancreatic tumors? Or will the harsh realities of clinical trial design, business economics, and biological complexity stall its progress? Some experts point to the growing body of translational data supporting Pelareorep's mechanism of action, not just in pancreatic cancer, but across a range of solid tumors. For example, translational research has validated the drug's ability to replicate in tumors, stimulate chemokine expression, and drive the expansion of tumor-infiltrating lymphocytes, which correlates with reductions in tumor size. These findings are significant because they offer a blueprint for how Pelareorep could be combined with other therapies, including emerging RAS inhibitors, to create a multi-pronged assault on cancer. Meanwhile, Oncolytics Biotech is making strategic moves to position Pelareorep as a compelling platform for combination strategies. The company is actively engaging with potential pharma partners seeking to leverage its differentiated asset in the broader gastrointestinal oncology market. As Jared Kelly, the CEO of Oncolytics, recently commented, Pelareorep is a compelling immunotherapy platform that is well-situated for combination strategies and a highly differentiated asset for pharma partners looking to expand or establish leadership in GI oncology. We are committed to moving forward aggressively toward registrational development while engaging with partners who share our vision of transforming outcomes in these difficult-to-treat cancers. The stakes are enormous, not just for Oncolytics Biotech, but for patients and the entire cancer community. If Pelareorep succeeds in its upcoming pivotal trials, it could mark a seismic shift in both the science and economics of oncology. For the first time, immunotherapy could become a mainstay in the treatment of metastatic pancreatic cancer, a disease that has long resisted every attempt at innovation. Pharmaceutical giants, always on the lookout for differentiated assets, would likely move quickly to license or acquire rights to Pelareorep, potentially reshaping treatment standards on a global scale. Analysts predict that such a breakthrough could spark a wave of investment and partnership activity as companies race to secure a foothold in the expanding pancreatic cancer market. But the risks are just as real. Late-stage failures are not uncommon in biotech. A setback in a pivotal trial, whether due to lack of efficacy, safety concerns, or regulatory hurdles, could mean years of lost investment and another devastating disappointment for patients and shareholders alike. The history of cancer research is littered with stories of promising therapies that faltered in the final stretch. The emotional toll on patients, advocates, and research teams cannot be underestimated. For every miracle, there are many heartbreaks. Yet, hope is a powerful force. The broader market for pancreatic cancer therapies is set for significant expansion in the coming years. According to market research from leading consulting firms, the global pancreatic cancer treatment market is expected to show remarkable growth trends through the year 2034. This expansion is being driven not only by innovative therapies like Pelareorep, but also by a growing recognition among clinicians and policymakers of the urgent need for better outcomes in this devastating disease. New entrants, including companies developing RAS inhibitors, personalized vaccines, and cellular therapies, are all contributing to a rapidly evolving landscape. The competition is fierce, but so is the determination to make a difference. Let's take a step back from the cutting-edge science and consider what all of this means for you, our viewer. First and foremost, the story of Pelareorep is a testament to the power of perseverance. It is a reminder that paradigm-shifting innovation is possible, even in the most daunting areas of medicine. For researchers, the lesson is clear: never stop searching for new answers, even when the odds seem insurmountable. For investors, this is a case study in the delicate balance between risk and reward. The fortunes of biotech companies can swing dramatically on the results of a single trial, a regulatory decision, or a strategic partnership. As Oncolytics Biotech recently regained compliance with NASDAQ listing requirements after a period of uncertainty that saw its stock price tested, the company underscored the importance of financial discipline and adaptability in a volatile sector. For patients and families facing pancreatic cancer, staying informed about emerging therapies is more important than ever. Clinical trial enrollment can often serve as a lifeline, offering access to cutting-edge treatments when standard options have run out. Advocacy, education, and support networks play a crucial role in helping patients navigate the complex maze of medical decisions. As the pace of innovation accelerates, staying connected to the latest developments can literally be a matter of life and death. Let's not forget the broader societal implications. The economic burden of pancreatic cancer is immense, not only in terms of direct healthcare costs, but also in lost productivity, emotional strain on families, and the ripple effects across communities. A breakthrough like Pelareorep could alleviate some of this burden, freeing up resources for other pressing health challenges. If the therapy proves effective, it may also serve as a model for tackling other so-called cold tumors, cancers that have so far resisted the advances of immunotherapy. In this way, the impact of Pelareorep could extend far beyond pancreatic cancer, opening the door to a whole new class of treatments for other hard-to-treat malignancies, such as certain types of colorectal, ovarian, or brain cancers. Let's imagine a possible future scenario. Suppose Pelareorep's pivotal trials confirm what early data suggest: a meaningful improvement in survival for patients with metastatic pancreatic cancer. The United States Food and Drug Administration grants approval within the next few years. Almost overnight, the standard of care shifts. Oncologists across the globe begin integrating Pelareorep into their treatment regimens, either as a standalone therapy or in combination with established drugs. Pharmaceutical companies line up to partner with Oncolytics, and governments fast-track reimbursement decisions. The ripple effect is profound, not just for patients, but for the entire biotechnology industry, as new resources flow into immuno-oncology research. On the other hand, consider a less optimistic scenario. If late-stage trials reveal safety issues, or if survival benefits fall short of expectations, the repercussions will be swift. Investors may lose confidence, partnerships may dissolve, and Oncolytics could face years of rebuilding. Patients and families who have pinned their hopes on this new weapon will be left searching for answers. The broader field of immunotherapy may also suffer a setback, as skepticism grows about the ability to conquer cold tumors. What lessons can we draw from this unfolding story, Above all, the relentless pursuit of better outcomes is the driving force behind every advance in medicine. As the CEO of Oncolytics Biotech put it, there are no guarantees in drug development, only the relentless pursuit of better outcomes. This mantra resonates across the industry, from the scientists in the lab to the clinicians at the bedside, from the investors on Wall Street to the patients in the waiting room. For those considering investing in biotech, it's critical to understand the unique challenges and opportunities of the sector. Success requires not only brilliant science, but also sound business strategy, an understanding of regulatory pathways, and the ability to forge productive partnerships. Oncolytics' recent journey, navigating the ups and downs of the NASDAQ, building relationships with key opinion leaders, and advancing Pelareorep through the clinical pipeline, offers a textbook example of the complexities involved. For patients, the message is one of hope grounded in realism. While the promise of Pelareorep is real, it remains a high-risk, high-reward proposition. Those considering participation in clinical trials should consult with their medical team, weigh the potential benefits and risks, and seek out support from advocacy organizations. The landscape is changing rapidly, and staying informed can make all the difference. Let's not overlook the role of public policy and funding. The recent surge in cancer diagnoses among younger populations, especially women, has sparked calls for increased research investment and expanded access to innovative therapies. Yet, policy headwinds, such as potential cuts to research funding and rising drug development costs, pose real threats to progress. Policymakers, industry leaders, and patient advocates must work together to ensure that breakthroughs like Pelareorep can reach those who need them most. Here's a lesser-known fact. While most cancer immunotherapies have struggled to treat so-called cold tumors like pancreatic cancer, Pelareorep is specifically designed to flip the switch. By turning these invisible tumors hot, it may unlock the door not just for itself, but for a host of other drugs waiting in the wings. This platform approach could revolutionize the way we think about cancer treatments, enabling combinations and strategies that were previously impossible. As we follow the next chapters in this biotech drama, remember, every great leap forward in medicine started as a long shot. From penicillin to the first cancer vaccines, from gene editing to precision oncology, history is filled with examples of bold ideas that changed the world. Pelareorep may or may not become the miracle we hope for, but its journey embodies the spirit of innovation that drives humanity forward. If you found this story as gripping as we did, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends and family. We will continue to track the twists and turns of this medical revolution, because in the world of global economics and